I need grips on my clubs, and I don't know if you know this, but when you buy brand new golf clubs, they come with brand new grips.
Oh, okay. Well, I know that. That's how you do everything. Well, I needed tires. And I don't know if you folks know this, but when you buy a brand new pickup, they come with brand new tires.
Yes, they do.
I needed a microwave. I don't know if you folks know this, but if you buy a brand new house, they usually come with a brand new microwave and refrigerator.
The Breakfast Flakes podcast brought to you by the Blue Cat Bar and Grill, next to the Roadside Event Center in Huntley. The Blue Cat, it's where it's at.
24 minutes after 5. Chilly out there, 21 degrees this morning. Changed the forecast on us again. So dress in layers if you're coming Friday to help put meals together. Specifically from Paul, the guys that wear shorts and just a sweatshirt, not going to be enough. Dress in layers. Be prepared.
Same with the girls. You need to wear more than just a turtleneck. And then pull your sweatshirt over your fingers and sit there and shake and look at the boys that walk by and show them how tough you are. I mean, it's just, I wanted to find something here for you.
I was like Paul. I kind of forgot the CMAs were on last night, so I tuned in, and the one thing that I saw was the only thing that I really wanted to see was when they presented George Strait with the Willie Nelson Lifetime Achievement Award, and he was so humble and thanks his wife, and they had done a bunch of his songs before him, and he said, I'm glad I got a hold of those songs before you guys did. He was just very gracious. Now, I had read Chris Stapleton was going to open the show with Post Malone. He jumped up on stage and sang and played with George Strait, and Paul said yesterday we'd come in today and we would talk about all the ones we didn't understand. Now, here's my take on Entertainer of the Year. Morgan Wallen, overdue.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I mean, there's no argument about that one.
No, and he wasn't there.
Well, I thought he was going to perform last night with Post Malone or something.
No, that was Chris Stapleton.
Oh.
So he said to the CMA, this is for last year when I was up for all those awards, didn't give me anything. He was up for 7 this year, only got that one. Single of the Year, White Horse, Chris Stapleton.
White Horse? Did we even play that?
You and I don't. It's we know people that like him. He's not my cup of tea.
He won 4 awards?
A bar song from Shabuzi that's been number 1 for 17 weeks didn't win Single of the Year.
Yeah, and see, that's what Single of the Year is. The most popular, biggest.
Right.
That's what Single is.
Up against Dirt Cheap, I Had Some Help, and Watermelon Moonshine. See, so we disagree with that one. This is funny. Album of the Year nominees were Casey Musgrave, Luke Combs, Chris Stapleton, and Cody Johnson. And before they opened up the envelope, Cody Johnson turned to his wife and said, Stapleton's got this. And they gave it to Cody Johnson.
Really?
Yeah.
Stapleton got Male Vocalist of the Year.
Song of the Year, White Horse.
I don't even know what White Horse is. Now, I know some other horse songs.
Yeah.
But not that one. Well, people that go to his concerts, they love him.
Oh, he's selling out stadiums all over the place.
But people like Zach Bryan, too.
Yeah.
He wasn't even up for any awards.
No.
And he's doing a stadium tour.
And just won an award for Songwriter of the Year.
Oh, this is White Horse?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard it.
Female vocalist, Lainey Wilson. That's one I agree with. Male vocalist, Chris Stapleton. Vocal group, Old Dominion. I agree. Vocal duo of the year, Brooks and Dunn, beating out Brothers Osborne, who I don't think put out an album this year. Dan and Shay, who are not country. Maddie and Tay. And War and Treaty. You sit down in that chair, and you sit there until you love War and Treaty, because we're going to keep putting them on award shows and giving them awards.
Yeah, well, that was a no-brainer.
That was an easy category. That was the 15th win for Brooks and Dunn.
Who was up for female artists besides Lainey Wilson?
Kelsey Ballerini, Ashley McBride, Megan Maroney, and Casey Musgraves, all of which didn't do much this year.
Well, there you go.
And the music video, I don't watch the music video, so I don't have a vote on that one. Oh, You Look Like You Love Me, musical event of the year.
Yeah, and that just came out.
Yeah.
But the new artist award went to Ronnie Millsap, for gosh sakes. See, I don't get that.
I don't either.
That song just came out like 3 months ago.
Yeah, well, eligibility period, apparently. But they also, it wasn't a regular performance. They didn't introduce Ella Lang and Riley Green and then start the song. She was sitting in a chair watching the show, and then she just started singing, had a microphone, and then he joined her, and they got up on stage. They went that way. And then I've never seen anything like this. And the way we always preach about it's time for the fair to change, award shows got to change. You got to change and try and make it different from all the other award shows. Dustin Lynch introduced a Chevy commercial.
He did? Well, maybe they're one of his sponsors too. You never know.
They made a big donation to the CMA for kids, something like that. But I've never seen a commercial introduced before. That was new to me.
I forgot all about that last night. The awards, I just forgot about it. I remember years ago. Remember you and I? We did live camera shots between breaks up at the Q2 studios. Remember that?
Yeah, did that a couple years.
Commenting on the CMA awards and
picking winners because the show was tape delayed an hour, so we knew.
We knew the winners. It made us sound smart, didn't it? I don't know. There's a lot of good groups out there, Wilson, Alabama, Brooks and Dunn, all of them. But I think Shot in the Dark is going to win the new group of the year this year.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it just, it was kind of dumb. But it's what you do.
Our line of work, it is.
Hell, I'll bet you could have bet last night on who the winners would be at some of the gambling sites.
Wouldn't doubt it.
You know, I wouldn't doubt it either. But I wouldn't have bet that Chris Stapleton would have won with the year that some of these other guys had.
It feels to me personally like it's great that they thank country radio, but country radio isn't really like we don't have anybody here locally that decides what songs are going to get played. We're a big company, and somewhere upstairs you got a guy or two that's picking all the songs.
And they're along the lines of one size fits all.
Yeah.
And
although I'm going to guess no other town square country station is going to play Beautiful Noise today.
No, that's right. Well, we did that for a donation. I found the note here, Mark and Paul. Here's some help for Flakesgiving or whatever project needs support. Keep up the good work. We get up before 5:30 just to hear you guys, and we would love to hear Beautiful Noise by Neil Diamond. So that was from Lynn and her husband John. So one of the donations came in yesterday. Got a nice donation from Karina Mark over at the bank. She listens to us in the morning, and very, very generous, Karina. Appreciate that. Thank you very much for all the years of listening. And did you stop and get the mail yesterday out of your mailbox?
I did, and it wasn't there.
Oh, okay. Well, it probably came in later.
Cindy Newman wrote us a check that's been in my visor and my pickup since October 23rd, so I brought that in.
Oh, well, that's good. Yep, that's good.
Well, we haven't made a deposit yet this year.
Yeah, no, that's right.
I got some money from Kevin Schott. Paul tells me you have a headlight out.
Yes.
Steve Bergquist, who was down there last year helping us put together with his wife, who we lost this year. Nice folks. Donation from him. Myron Crum always brings us money.
Hey, you had a big day on Wilson Wednesday, yes. Hell, did you even get time to eat?
I found time.
Oh.
Prime rib with mashed potatoes and gravy, corn. Oh, it was so good.
Oh, God, Wilson. And you know, folks, he's going to be sitting there doing my eulogy. All that damn clean living. Rowing machines. Folks, get this one. Sugar-free Hershey bars. Who in the hell? I could just hear it. Yep, that's right. Wow. Of course, you eat like that, then you don't have to have a big supper.
No, I didn't have supper.
Yeah, see, that's the way I was like that a lot. I used to work some folks, and when I worked for old man Brinkle and stuff out there, his wife used to, God, she was a great cook, and she'd always, the big meal was always at noon when we came in, and we'd eat a big meal at noon, and then at night you'd have, you know, a BLT or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, just, but your big meal was at noon. A lot of people still do that. Some people don't even get to eat lunch because their companies take advantage of them, and they work their ass off 24/7, and they can't even leave the office and have a bite to eat. You know who you people are. You know, taking advantage of them, that kind of thing. But you got to let people eat, get a break, that kind of thing.
Well, we had a coworker of ours earlier this week standing out there staring out the window.
Eating a hard-boiled egg.
10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. What are you doing? Oh, I'm just eating my hard-boiled egg. Oh, okay, good. Did you put any Worcestershire sauce on it? That's how we used to eat them. You know. All right, knock yourself out. Yeah, knock yourself out. I went down, and folks, I just went down, got a little more coffee, and I drink about a cup and a half in the morning. And I just asked Mark, I said, when you fly coach, do they offer you coffee in the morning? Mark goes, hell, I don't know. Because like when we fly to Mexico, we always pay extra to fly first class. It's just worth it for us.
Right.
And if Mark has any room on his inside for a beverage, it's not going to be coffee. And he doesn't mean double the orange juice either. But I I can't recall when I was flying coach them having coffee. Would you like water? Would you like pop? And then you could buy a drink with your credit card. But I can't ever remember them having hot coffee. Maybe they just don't like to offer hot coffee because it's hot. I had one guy one time, I think I told this story. Well, this is when they used to, on long trips, give you meals. And the guy spilt his meal, the airline steward spilt his manicotti or something, opened up a dish of it and spilt it all over my shirt and down my arm. And he gave me a rag and he said, I'll be back in a little bit. I got to get all these meals out. I got a big ball of manicotti sitting there on my pants and on my shirt. Maybe that's why they don't do coffee.
Could be.
Or if they do coffee, I'm not sure. But I won't drink coffee. I won't drink coffee on the airplane because coffee makes me pee. And there is one thing I am not going to do, and that is get into that room up there where all those people are. I do not want to share your DNA or whatever else you were exiting while you were in there. No, sirree, Bob. Not this cowboy. I am avoiding that at all costs. All costs.
It's fun all month at the Blue Cat Bar and Grill and Roadside Events Center. This Saturday, it's Glow Bingo with DJ Dave Austin, lights, music, and big prizes. Sunday, November 24th, more bingo action along with a cozy bread bowl with homemade soup. On Monday, the 25th, it's country music trivia. And on Friday, the 29th, grab a tag off the tree to help spread joy to children in Huntley Project. Plus, don't miss Prime Rib Saturdays and Sushi and Sliders Sunday nights. Take the short drive to Huntley, the Blue Cat, just 9 miles east of the Metro Park exit.
They changed the weather again, as Mark's, now tomorrow it's going to be 33. It'll probably change again tomorrow when we come to work, but no snow, which is good.
Well, all that snow has stayed in the western part of the state. I saw this morning there's a winter weather advisory in Kalispell.
Well, they're going to get some of that Pineapple Express. Some of that's going to push this way a little bit. They're getting snow over there in North Dakota. I was kind of keeping an eye on that, but so 21 here in Billings right now. 40 today. I dug some more post holes yesterday and stuff, trying to get a bunch of stuff done before it starts. The ground starts freezing really hard and cloudy, 40, not too windy. Tomorrow, a few clouds, 33, light winds. That's good. Saturday. Oh, now I got 34 Saturday. So snow Sunday, and then we're gonna get cold. Looks like at the end of next week, about Thanksgiving week when you start traveling, Thursday and Friday. Of course, Friday doesn't matter. Black Friday, there'll be people standing out there waiting to get in the stores. 18 for the high. And then we just, we don't ever get above freezing through at least December the 5th then. So cold weather's coming. Not a lot of snow, but cold weather, cold temps. I can deal with cold temps. By the way, right now the mosquito risk is very low. Can you believe they put that on there? No crap, Sherlock. The mosquito risk right now is very low. Yesterday we had the atmospheric pressure one.
Right.
Could trigger a migraine. Today, the mosquito risk is very low. Learn more with off. Well, thanks for that. We're not worried about mosquitoes right now. Not worried about it at all. So, hope we get more donations in today. Got a nice one early this morning that was called in. Did you play that one back?
Nope, save it for later.
All right, good. I got a nice one in today. Our bill's $60,000, and whatever we can bring in, if we bring in that much, we put back into our accounts and can use that down the road for other things. I'm thinking about what we've done in 2024. I was trying to think of that today. Did we make our contribution to Tumbleweed this year?
Yes.
In 24, yeah.
We did that. I think
we helped them with their architectural design and planning. We took care of all that for their new building down there. They were going to just raise money for that first and then worry about. We took care of all that. Oh, you got the checkbook. We did the goggles. We did sniffs this year. We did those.
Goggles, Tumbleweed, Albertsons, K316 detections was the end of last year, so he's coming down to help tomorrow.
Yeah, he's got to bring us
because I think we owe him some money.
Yeah, he needs to bring us a bill. But if we can get extra, we put that into our account. We try to make interest on it and give us an opportunity to do other things for other folks. And
had another question on that yesterday. So if you guys guys are done working is at the end of Flakesgiving. Well, that's going to go on in one shape or form somehow. Flakesgiving is owned by me and Paul, not the radio stations. Ideally, we would come back to this radio station if we didn't work here anymore for a week and do our thing and raise some money.
It'd be kind of fun because then we'd have no limits. Then I could really tell you what I'm thinking.
You can't fire me. I'm a volunteer.
That's right, because now we're more delicate and more reserved. And
a couple years ago, several years ago now, I volunteered at Alberta Bear Theater selling beer before one of the concerts, and we ran out of some guy's beer. And he was over there making a fuss with one of those older ladies at the bar, and I went over and told him where he could go. He said, "I'll have your job." I said, "You can have my job. I'm a volunteer."
Yeah, that's right. Hey, you can do it.
If I can sell beer, anybody can.
Well, this week, there's an article in the paper today. The Billings School Board approved a couple resolutions committing to contribute millions of dollars to the renovation of Dalis Stadium. They plan on primarily funding it through donations. They hired a consulting group to assist in fundraising. They told them it'd be hard to raise that money without a financial commitment from the district. Now, I don't know what consulting firm they used. You know, Mark and I happen to know a little bit about fundraising. We've been doing it for 37 years here for all kinds of things. Who would have ever thought they'd have been able to raise enough money for body cameras for the police? Got that done, didn't we?
Yep.
The amount of money spent by the district will depend on the amount of money they raise. The district will spend more if more is raised. They got a couple renovation plans, folks, for Dalis. A $10.5 million renovation, which would replace their locker rooms and bleachers. Or a $25 million plan that'll add a parking garage, new bathrooms, and concession stands, and expand the track. The school board passed two resolutions. They'll contribute 30% or $3 million to the 10.5, or 20% or $5 million to $25 million cost. Now, when the school board says they will contribute, is that coming from the school board members?
Oh no.
You're going to contribute that? When you say you're going to contribute that, where does that contribution come from? That's what I want to know. Keep in mind, folks, our proficiency levels in our schools are at 30%. Yes, I'm being an asshole again. That's what I do. I'm just saying. The $3.15 million resolution passed with a vote of 7-1. The $5 million one passed 6-2. Scott McCullough, he opposed both of them. The project will be funded using the multi-district fund, where the district stores unspent funds from its yearly budget. Well, if you're collecting more than you're spending...
My thoughts exactly.
And we just saw the article yesterday about reappraisals of our taxes again that are going to raise your taxes. Folks, this is not right.
No.
I'm all for fundraising and I'm all for helping. John Von Lagen questioned whether spending $5 million on one project would be a prudent use of resources. Tarakaitis said that we need to start getting out of our deferred maintenance hole. Well, let's do the maintenance on the school buildings first.
Yeah, here.
But, hey, I'm all for fundraising. I'm all for helping. But I'm not all for making people on fixed incomes and people struggling to pay their taxes anyway, and the high rents, and now a new reappraisal coming on your taxes of buying new bleachers and putting in a track so they can have track events there. We have a track in the county that works very well out in Laurel.
Right.
You can have them there. We have that. By the way, this year, all the football games were played and completed at Dalis Stadium.
Right.
There was just an ad, Mark and I saw it, of somebody selling bleachers, aluminum bleachers.
Yeah.
They can put those up.
Yeah.
You don't need a stadium style.
Hey, my hometown of Great Falls, there's 2 AA schools, and the football field is shared because the football field is at Great Falls High, and CMR plays their home games there because guys I graduated with who are doing well in life, they've been fundraising since I got out of high school, trying to come up with the money to build another stadium, and it's just not there.
My old high school in Cincinnati, we were a Catholic school. We didn't even have a football stadium or field. We used the one down the road that the public built. school, and a guy I graduated with. His name was Jeff Osterfeld. He had a big construction company. He was he's the owner and developer and CEO of Penn Station Subs, which is big back in the East. That was his idea, and he made a bunch of money, and he donated all the money to build the new football stadium.
You got to find somebody like that.
Mm-hmm. You can't go to taxpayers, and what the hell? You got extra. I get having extra rainy day money, but if we have that much extra rainy day money, that's a little different story. Mm-hmm. And once again, folks, they just announced that they're going to reappraise in your property taxes. That's why the governor's working on it with that committee.
Because ours just went up 22% in the last cycle.
Mm-hmm. $25 million at a parking garage, new bathrooms, and concession. Did anybody who went to a football game this year at Dallas Stadium, and I know a lot of you are listening that go, did any of you piss your pants at the game this year? Did any of you do that?
No.
The games were all completed. West High plays there. Skyview plays there. New concession stand. Bring food trucks in. They're already made.
Right. And you don't have any overhead.
Yeah. Let the food trucks park there. Get part of a fee, little commission for letting them set up around there. They could set up on the track.
Yeah.
Multiple food trucks. You could do that. I don't know why the school has to be in the business of providing food and snacks to people that go to the football games.
Right.
If you have that availability, great. Make a little extra money, great. I get it. You're talking to a guy who has been there, done that. Believe me, I had 4 kids, all went through school, participated in all the sports. I went to all the games, all the stuff. I went to stadiums that were old. I went to stadiums that didn't have enough seating. I went to places that didn't have enough parking. Mm-hmm. I went to places that had one concession stand. I went to places that had porta potties set up for their bathrooms.
Right.
That seems a little high. Two choices. All right, Mr. Wilson, thank you for coming in for your annual checkup. We're gonna have to go in and look at your colon. We've got 2 choices. All right. Number 1, we can use a 48-inch culvert with no lubrication on the end whatsoever. Or, if that seems a little extreme, we can use some old paper towel rolls that are taped together, and we can go in that way. Those are your choices. See, Mark's shaking his head. That's not really a choice.
I don't like either choice.
So we have a choice. School boards, depending on how much money they raise, they've got a choice. It's either a $10.5 million renovation or a $25 million renovation.
It's fun all month at the Blue Cat Bar and Grill and Roadside Events Center. This Saturday, it's Glow Bingo with DJ Dave Austin, lights, music, and big prizes. Sunday, November 24th, more bingo action along with a cozy bread bowl with homemade soup. On Monday, the 25th, it's country music trivia, and on Friday, the 29th, grab a tag off the tree to help spread joy to children in Huntley Project. Plus, don't miss prime rib Saturdays and sushi and sliders Sunday nights. Take the short drive to Huntley, the Blue Cat, just 9 miles east of the Metro Park exit.
Now, look, folks, I'm just not being a poo-poo naysayer all the time. It's great. Like I said, I'm behind you 100% if we could raise that money. But we shouldn't be taking money out of the school fund that we need so many things to get our test scores where they need to be.
Right.
We got a teacher shortage. There was just an article in here the other day about a teacher shortage, okay? We don't have enough teachers. One of the reasons? We need more competitive salaries. Mm-hmm. All right. We got $5 million sitting around in a fund that we haven't spent yet? No, we need better concession stands and better places to flush a turd. Really? Once again, though, if we can raise it and we can get construction companies to donate some of the work, that's another possibility.
Yeah, and they would.
Volunteer work, concrete companies volunteer to do the flat work and stuff like that. We can say, I'm behind you 100% on that. But diving into taxpayers' pockets for something like that, I don't know. You saw what happened when you ran the mill levy, the recreational mill levy. Mm-hmm. No levy has ever gone down greater than that levy went down in Billings.
Right.
Over 70% of the people said, hell no.
Well, and Dr. Garcia, when we had him in here, superintendent, said he realizes one of the problems they're fighting here is people feel overtaxed for things already.
He understands.
Yeah.
And once again, don't put this on him. He's just following direction from the board.
Right.
That's why your vote matters.
Oh, message. Lockwood uses food trucks.
There you go. See? So let's knock the concession stand out and bring food trucks. they would. Mark, you get a guy that has a taco place or a pizza stick truck or a pizza truck. You don't think he would love to be at one of the football games on the track sitting there? And he'll give percentage to the school.
Yeah.
So you can eliminate that one. We have over 100 food trucks in Billings now, folks. There's over 100. You can eliminate that. You're just a poo-pooer. Everything we do, blah, 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 blah. No, I'm not. Not a poo-pooer. I'm sticking up for 100,000 people in the area that have been overtaxed, that they can't absorb it. They can't take it anymore. The average household in America has had to spend an extra $10,000 a year just to keep up with the inflationary prices that have happened over the last 4 years. Not to mention the taxes.
Ask anybody grocery shopping right now if they think that their property taxes should go up.
And here's another thing. I'm going to use our own charitable foundation for an example. We're able to raise this money every year. Why? People have seen the results. They know about the conservatism that is used in this charity. They know about our priority. They know about our overhead. And they know there is no wasteful money spent out of this fund for anything frivolous except doing good for people.
Right.
You got a problem because the money that school boards, not only this one, but others around the state recklessly spend inhibits you from raising money to start with. Recklessly spending. So our bleachers are bad, all right? Let's start there.
Yeah.
Let's start there. Get somebody in, tear down the old bleachers if you don't think they're safe. Get rid of it, level it, and put aluminum bleachers there. All right? We've started. There we go. Now we got aluminum bleachers. Get the food trucks in. There. Now you've handled the concession. So, you've got enough seating and you've got food for people.
Right.
All right? Well, what are we going to do about the bathrooms? I don't know. Bring in 20 porta potties and stick them there. We know a lot of companies that can do it.
Right.
All right? They'll clean them, do all kinds of things. Don't have to worry about them freezing. You don't have to keep those heated. Your bathrooms, you got to keep heated year-round.
Okay, good point.
Okay, let's start there. No, we're not going to start there. We are hoping for a $25 million project. It would add a parking garage, new bathrooms, concession stands, expand the track, and make the stadium a venue for divisional and college events. I got an idea. Why don't you let the colleges take care of the college events?
Yeah.
We're not in the business to providing colleges a venue to have an event at. See, this is why people don't trust you. They trust ours. College events. We've got places to have college events already. We've never had trouble, folks, in 100 years in Montana finding a place to have our state football games, track meets. You feel you're missing out for revenue? Folks, let me use a farming analogy for you, okay? I'm going to give you a farming analogy. How long at $25 million for this project, how long will it take you hosting an event or selling hot dogs? Will it take you to pay for $25 million worth of an investment? How long?
Beyond our lifetimes.
Beyond our lifetimes. It's like these people that come out in our area or other areas, and they spend $1,250 an acre to buy an acre of farm ground, and they're buying all these quarters and sections out there. And these people will spend $1 million for a half section. Folks, if farmers could make $10 an acre on 320 acres, profit after all their thing, that's $3,200 a year profit on that half section. How long would it take them to pay that $1 million off? It'd take them 300 years.
Yep.
You won't have earned enough money to pay off $25 million from hot dogs in a sporting event. You will not have earned that much by the time, again, 50 years down the road, you need to rebuild the facility again.
Yeah.
Won't happen. Fundraise it. Fundraise the hell out of it. We'll help you 100%. We'll promote it, help it, push it. Nobody believes in fundraising more than us for these things, and we'll help it. And then what you get is what you get. You got a commitment, that's what you get. Like we do all of our budgets at home. I know how much income I'm earning every month. This is what we can spend. Same with you guys. Let your school board members know, folks. They're going to take that that tax money that they have in a someday fund that they've collected from you while you're struggling and use it this way. I don't know. Maybe I'm not in touch with the pulse of the community, though, and I don't understand the excitement and the willingness to build a big stadium and stuff. So senior high can play 6 games a year there, and West can play 6 games in Skyview. Well, we can use it for college events. Yeah, whatever. You know, we heard the same thing from Dealer Park. Why don't you use Dealer Park to play football? They just had a football game at Wrigley Field. The Chicago didn't last week. Remember that? The Bears or somebody played there. That's a baseball stadium. We got a beautiful baseball stadium there that can hold 3,000-4,000 people. Beautiful stadium. You can put a football field there. You can play your games. It got lights, great lights, all that kind of stuff.
Great modern facility.
Bathrooms, concession stands. Why don't we use that? That was a multi-use facility, wasn't it?
That's what they told us.
We could play football there. Believe me, there's no baseball being played there in November.
Right.
Season's already over. I'm just saying, a few other options. And we don't need to be making things for our colleges. Colleges are a total different animal.
They're their own thing.
You got your own thing.
Look at Missoula.
Why should people sending their kids to grade school and high school be responsible to supply a venue for these colleges so they can have their athletic events there?
No. Find yourself a rich alum, build your own Washington Grizzly Stadium. That's what they do in college.
Yeah. Rocky's got their own venue up there. It's great. But once again, you raise the money, we're all in. We're all in. Mayor Bill Cole was going to give $500,000 for the recreational place out there at Amon Park. Signal Peak Mine just donated so they could build the hockey center out there at Amon Park. Couple $1 million. And all you people that vote Democrat, that voted to kill Cole, and now you want this venue? Look what they do. But, and this may be all for nothing. They may raise $5 million. And if you do, wonderful. We're all in. Name it Terracatus Field after the school board member who is for every single thing that raises your taxes. Every single thing. But we're having trouble. We got $5 million in there to spend. We're having trouble paying teachers and raising enough money to fill our staff. And we're building this. I don't know. Just different priorities, I guess. So, but you have to get people's confidence and to believe in you where there's no waste. The intentions are noble and no frills, no thrills like our Flakes Giving charity. We buy food. We feed people. That's it. Do other projects. Like we bought the goggles for the school district so they could do that. We pay for drug sniffs for school districts. We've bought metal detectors for school districts. People believe in that. Mark and I will even use our foundation to help make a contribution to get your fundraising started. We'll do that.
Right.
We'll help you with that. But stay out of the pocket of the taxpayers. And if you've got any maintenance in our classrooms and the heating at our schools that we need to educate, that should be the priority. Hell, remember the old days in professional football? These guys, the Packers and others, playing outside in brutal conditions. They didn't have all that crap. So, I don't know. Sometimes it makes you wonder they don't have enough to do up there. And if it's a danger, tear it down. Get it out of there. Doesn't mean you have to replace it. If you're not using it anyway, get rid of it. Let them park there where that building was. I saw pictures this year of the football games. I saw a picture of the Senior West football game up there, and those bleachers, Mark, that are on the east side of Dayless Stadium, they weren't full at all.
No.
And that was a Senior West game. So, anyway, we know you folks believe in our work and what we do, and we're so thankful and so grateful. We've proven it. We've earned your trust, and we won't let you down on that.
No.
And if you can help us out today, be great. 248-5665. And that's our commitment and guarantee. There'll be no thrills and frills and wasteful spending out of this charity.
No.
None. Zero. It's open to the public. You can check the books. You can check our filings, everything. Nothing. In fact, Mark and I, we pick up stuff and do things out of our own pocket that we need, and it just isn't worth the hassle.
No.
And but we got a $60,000 bill tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get there. Yeah, that's tomorrow. Today's Thursday.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of want to sweat track of what day it is. Thursday. So tomorrow. Kids are coming, helping out.
Got a donation for 2 more meals. Wanted to hear the Star Spangled Banner, so I'm going to play that.
The history of it?
No, the Faith Hill version.
Oh, the Faith Hill version. That's a good one. Now, that's one thing from Chris Stapleton that I liked. His when he sang that at the Super Bowl, he did a great job on that.
Yeah.
How many male vocalists? You know what? How many CMAs has George Strait won, and how many CMAs has Chris Stapleton won? I'll bet he's approaching, if not the same level, may have even passed him. Because, in the old days when these guys won CMAs, it was very seldom that they would win 4 or 5 a night. They'd win male vocalist and entertainer. But I'm sure that's something that...
Chris Stapleton's got 19.
19 CMAs? Mm-hmm. Wow. He's racking them up, isn't he? Mm-hmm. And he's only been relevant for about the past 5 or 6 years. Yeah. George Strait was relevant for 25 years. I don't think there was a year for 20 years that George Strait didn't have a number 1 song at one point during the year.
Probably.
So. Oh, well. All right, Wilson, we better get rolling. We got a busy day in front of us here.
All right, 6:15.
The Breakfast Flakes podcast brought to you by the Blue Cat Bar and Grill, next to the Roadside Event Center in Huntley. The Blue Cat, it's where it's at.